Hey guys, let's talk about Gen Z. Gen Z wants to be free, wants to make experiences, wants to experience everything at the same time and don't commit. And I can understand why other generations might not agree with this, because, for example, there are certain systems in society, and these systems depend on everybody. So, if one generation decides not to share and not to contribute, this might affect all of the system. And maybe it's also not fair to the other generations that worked so hard in a 9 to 5 job or even more and did very physical hard work. But there's one big difference. The world is changing and the world already has changed a lot, and Gen Z grew up with the internet. And this is one of the big differences that changes everything. Because the access to the internet made it possible to see so much more, to see what is possible in our lives in this world. And we can see thousands different models of life. People going into a camper van and traveling the world, people living digital nomads, making money online. People withdrawing from the city and start to live in a cottage somewhere in the forest and living from YouTube. Like people building themselves to be a marketer or people trading Bitcoin. There are thousands of possibilities and they are completely different from the normal 9 to 5 job. So with all of these possibilities that Gen Z has, we have a completely different expectation of life or for life. We have another expectation and we want to use what we have. We want to use the internet to make life like we want. And I think it's clear that the 9 to 5 job life, it's not the best at all. It's maybe not even efficient because we know now and from research that it can be much more efficient to work less, but in a state that but putting yourself in a state that you're much more efficient, so you can do the same work within 3 hours instead of 8 hours a day. So I think we need to realize that the world gives us now so many possibilities, and once you have seen them, you cannot step back and make it like it didn't happen. Once you open this magical book, which is the internet, and you see all of the options that life can offer you and that you can work towards, you cannot just stop. It's there and you know you can reach it. So you cannot go back and say, okay, 9 to 5 job, it's okay for me. Of course, I don't talk for everybody. Maybe some people, they wanted the classic way and they wanted the conservative way and they really see themselves in a 9 to 5 job. But this doesn't apply to everyone. And this prejudice that Gen Z is very lazy, I cannot agree to it. Of course, there are always people that are lazy, but with this freedom that brings us the internet, but with this freedom that the internet brings us this way around, you also have to work a lot to reach that point, and it's still about learning skills and getting experience. It's just in another way. It's not about going to work and staying there for 8 hours and going back. Now you can do all of these things from home or from whichever place you want on earth, but you still need to invest your energy. Like, life is not just fun. You still need to make a plan and work towards it and really invest your energy and be maybe even more disciplined than you would need to be in a 9 to 5 job where everything is clear. So yeah, we shouldn't underestimate Gen Z and we should talk more with each other and talk more about new models of life and yeah, get into communication and into exchange, because just talking about the other group from the outside, it only leads to isolation. And in the end, in the world, everybody needs to work together to make the best out of it. And I see the point that because of Gen Z going the way of the internet, there are a lot of professions that might die because, I don't know, people don't want to be a carpenter or don't do some work that involves handcrafting. So yeah, I see there are risks, but there is also a huge chance with the internet. And if you have another explanation for why Gen Z strives for freedom and independence, so please drop them in the comments, and see you in the next video. Bye bye from the beautiful national park.